Hi and welcome. Today I am going to cover how to use the intersect feature on my Texas Instruments calculator when I'm trying to solve two systems graphically. The intersect feature can be used to find any place that two graphs intersect. I just happen to be working with solving systems in class, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. If I'm given two equations, y equals 2x plus 2 and y equals x minus 1, those are the two that I want to use for intersection. So I want to make sure that first my graphs are in slope-intercept form, which they are, and then I'm going to graph them in my calculator. So I'm going to press y equals. My first equation was 2x plus 2, so I press 2, and then the x button is underneath mode, plus 2, and drop down to the next line, and I'm going to use x minus 1. I like to use the xt theta n button. I believe that you can also use the alpha x button. That's fine. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to graph these. I oftentimes use my calculator for statistics, so I'm never sure what window I'm using. So a quick shortcut to your nice standard negative 1010 window is zoom 6, zoom standard. If I already knew that my graph was in negative 1010, negative 1010 range, then I could just press the graph button. So here are my graphs. Now what I want to do is I want to find this point at intersection, and I want it to be accurate. I don't want to just guess. I could use the trace button to kind of bounce back and forth, but I can actually calculate the exact intersection. The way that we do that is we access the calculate menu with the second button and then press trace. With a couple of options here, you can find a value when x is a certain number. You can find a 0, maximums and minimums, derivatives, integrals, but we want the intersect feature, number 5. I'm going to press 5, and then it asks me for my first curve. The nice thing about having the colored calculator is it tells you, in addition to where the cursor is, you can see that the blue represents that we are on the blue line. So I need to enter to tell it, yes, that is the first curve that I'm talking about. This is important when you have more than two graphs on your calculator. So now you need to jump to the second curve, and the calculator automatically bumps me over to the next line. So if I only have two equations in, I'm set. I press enter again to say yes, that's what I want, and then it asks me for a guess. You can guess to where you think the intersection is going to be, or you can just press enter. If you have more than one location of intersection, you need to specify which range you're talking about so that it grabs the correct value. So here at the bottom, I can see that my intersection point is negative 3, negative 4. So when x is negative 3 and y is negative 4, the two equations that I have in my system have a solution. And that's how you use the intersect feature on your calculator.